Keith, hey, it's Mr. Durnan here, trying some new technology, and I'm going to use it to focus on your essay. When I saw you in the gym yesterday and praised your essay to the heavens, I have some bad news. I was actually talking about Erica Steiner's essay, so my mistake there. But I want to spend a little time on this essay, which is good, Keith. It's good. It's not great, and I'm going to invite you to redo it a little bit, and I hope that this video will help you do that. Just taking a quick look at this, Keith. You know, I wanted this to be professional, sort of college professional, and just a quick glance shows you that it doesn't look good, right? You shouldn't be changing fonts and all that. Let's just get rid of your name. Maybe push that down into the center of the page, your title page. And then we go down here and see, you know, already you can see here, right? Advances placement literature. The spell check isn't going to catch it, but you got to catch that. That's just no good. So we'll take the rest of this and let's put it in a correct font. Let's put it all in Times New Roman, which is a good looking font, and we'll start there. Okay, so now at least we're looking better. Might want to bold that title. So now, all right, now I want to take this seriously. And you know, you have enough words, you got plenty of writing here. I think the general comment I'm going to make is that after a pretty good start, you kind of leave your topic, which is the dressing scene of Sir Gawain and what that has to do, what thematic relevance it has to do with the novel, with the poem. So let's go there and have a look at this first paragraph. And here I'm going to go to, this is some new technology I'm trying out, my brother. Start inking. All right. So Simon Armitage's translation of Sir Gawain and Green Knight. Okay, that's good. This passage, you set it up. Okay, All Saints Day. We need to watch our capitalization. Having a somber dinner. Great. He asked permission from his uncle. You want to say King Arthur. That to me is just a slight slip into the colloquial, the informal. Keeping in accordance with his knightly manner. Good. Here's your first diction error. This is what we're working on paper. I'd say wrong word. They don't wallow, that is to say, they aren't like pigs in mud, incapable of doing anything. They lament. They feel sad, but it's not that great. But again, you finish this paragraph pretty well. True to his nature, you probably want a comma there. Sir Gawain heads his head up high, gets dressed. It's an interesting scene. This note that it seems almost comical, that, right, you've taken that from Armitage, and you should note that you've stolen that idea from him. But I think that's probably better saved for later in the paper than this first moment. So on to paragraph 2. And again, you're holding pretty well here. I want to pause and give this a look for a second. Okay, here we are in the second paragraph, and it's pretty good, right? So you go to winter, and then we're going to switch to the mood appropriately, right? He makes him face the reality that he will again meet the Green Knight. Great. Winter is a cold, bleak time. This, which is, and when you say much like Gawain's fate, his fate's not cold and bleak. This is suggestive of what his fate will be. But to compare cold and bleak with fate is a little bit of a logical slip. Now here's what really goes wrong. All this stuff down here, it's about the poem, but it's not about the stanza that you've chosen to focus on. Right now you're going to talk about seduction and the girdle and all this stuff, and it might be worth a sentence to talk about how he'll eventually lose his chivalric honor in this moment of weakness. But that's a big leap from what we got going on up here. Where are we here? What we got going on up here, which is about his dressing. And you're going to go back to his dressing, and that's appropriate. But I hope you'll note that all of what we see, all of what we see in here is really inappropriate and thematically off base. Okay, now in paragraph 3, you do return, right? You return to the amount of armor and the code of chivalry, and I think it's right. Here, I'm surprised you don't mention his shield, right? You got that pentangle that you can talk about. And there's more that you can do with what you've got here, and you don't really go there. Instead, what you do is you go to this. Where am I? You go to this quotation, and okay, here's a lesson for you to learn. This is annoying. That there we go. That quotation there, it's fine, right? But it's totally unintegrated. What I hoped to see, and what is the only way to get a B or above on this paper, is for you to integrate bits of this into your actual prose. So what you want to do is cut out a little piece of this, like the gold spurs which gleam, and include them somewhere in what you have written yourself. Okay, and fine, we've now made our way down to your last paragraph, which is conclusive, right? That's good. But I think you conclude without keeping your eye on what your actual topic is, which is the relationship between Gawain's dressing, Gawain's chivalric armor and ensigns and shield, and what's going on here. So I think great. Go to the end of the poem, but instead of generally conclude with his ride home and what he wears, particularly that sash, right? The green sash. Sorry, that's red, but use that. So again, keep your tighter focus. So for now, I'm going to give this a C. I'm disappointed in above all, the lack of focus, but secondarily, your lack of placing quotations within your own sentences. So give that a shot, and you're a good writer, but you need to put a little more effort into what you're doing. All right, thanks for listening.